Hey, what's up YouTube? Blue Golfball here today with another Pokemon TCG online video. And really quick, I know that Lysander's Trump card is going to be banned from the Pokemon TCG tournament play, but I'm still going to play it because it's not banned until June 15th. So still got some time, and we can definitely play Lysander's Trump card as much as we want. But for a replacement, I'm not too sure what I use for it. If they could reprint Super Rod, that'd be great. But anyways, today's deck has been suggested by a number of you guys. You guys wanted me to play the Dialga EX with the metal one, not the plasma one. Dialga EX is the 180 HP metal type Pokemon. It's got the first attack Chrono Wind. It's actually pretty good. If the defending Pokemon is a Pokemon EX, you can't attack during your next turn. That's kind of nice. They just can't attack. And so that works really well for Seismitoad EX if you can do Chrono Wind. And then the Toad can't use Quaking Punch, so that's kind of nice. But the attack we want to focus on is Full Metal Impact. For 4 energy, 2 metal, and then a DCE. You have to discard 2 of those metals, though. You do 150. Slap on a Muscle Band, you get it for 170. That knocks out a good number of Pokemon EXs, minus the 180s and 190s, and then the Megas. So Dialga EX is the cornerstone of this deck. We will have a number of role players here, namely one Shaman EX for setup, and this way we can just draw more cards into our hand and also use a supporter. So it's a little bit better than the Jirachi, just searching for a supporter directly in that sense. And also has higher HP, and Sky Return. I suppose you can pull this off too, right? If you really need to, you can do a Sky Return, hit for 30. And return all of the cards attached to this guy back into your hand. Otherwise, we'll have Age Slash here, Mighty Shield. You guys know what this does, right? Prevent damage and this attacks by your opponents with special energy attached to it. We can always use Slash Blast as well, so you never know, that could come in handy. Bronzor and Bronzong, we'll do a 3/3 line of these guys, and with Metal Links being able to power up our Pokemon from the discard pile with the energies there, that's pretty good. And here is one Cobalion EX here with Righteous Edge, very nice against special energy type decks. And so we'll just have it here, and also we have Steel Bullet, which can work against Sigilyph and Suicune. So that's kind of our option there. This will override Safeguard. And we already talked about that. We have Keldeo here for Rush In and Retreat. Works very well. We have to discard 2 energies, then we Rush In, and then power this guy back up, and then Retreat, and bring Dialga back to the active spot. So that's going to be the plan there. And that's it. So that's it for the Pokemon line. Pretty good line, 14 Pokemon. Let's take a look at the item cards and whatnot. We have Acrobike, 4 of these. That way we can dig into our deck, and then also discard Metal Energy. 2 Battle Compressors to get out and filter the deck a little bit. Since we still have Lysander's Trump card, we can be a little more reckless. So, Computer Search, Professor's Letter, Trainer's Mail, 4 of those, and then 3 Ultra Balls. How many VS Seekers is that? 4 VS Seekers. Pretty heavy line of VS Seekers here. 2 and Lysander, the Trump card, got 1 N, and I think it's 2 Junipers. And then Wally to set up Bronzong turn 1. So if we can pull that off, that'd be great. And 3 Steel Shelters, got the Float Stones for the Keldeo, Muscle Bands for the Dialga, 3 Double Colorless, and then it looks like only 8 Metal Energy for this deck here. So this is my build for it. A couple things you can do. You can lessen the amount of VS Seekers, maybe add some energies, maybe drop 1 less Trainer's Mail, and maybe 1 less Acrobike, perhaps even 1 last Keldeo, but the Keldeo is pretty crucial. If you have 1 prized, you have at least 1 to rely on, right? So I thought 2 is pretty good. And yeah, there's a couple things you can remove. You can even remove Wally if you want to, and then maybe even add another Ultra Ball. So a couple options for you if you want to build this deck. And so those are my thoughts really quick. So all right, without further ado, let's go ahead and see this deck in action on Pokemon TCG Online. All right, looks like we'll be playing against Hedobo, and let's go for heads. We win the coin toss, and here we go. We start off. We can lead with the Dialga EX, and well, you know, we got an Ultra Ball. Let's see here. Got the Acrobike. Hey, we got another Dialga EX. Top deck that. Let's go with the Acrobike, and you know what? We'll get the Bronzong or Bronzor. Maybe you can perhaps evolve the guy. Let's go ahead and we'll go for the Shaman here, and that way we can draw some more cards. We can even play the Muscle Band, and then we'll play the VS Seeker for the Chorus, possibly. Looks like I really wanted to get that turn 1 Wally, but we're going to have to go with, so let's just go with the Bronzong here. We should have one more Bronzong, but it doesn't matter. We can't really get that turn 1 Wally anyways. So let's go ahead. I could discard these guys, but I'm just going to go and play the Colrus instead. And too bad we couldn't get that turn 1 Wally. That's alright. So we see, we can discard an energy card, get another Acrobike, dig in some more. And I'm going to take the VS Seeker. That's a little bit more conservative instead of the Trainer's Mail. And that way we can at least get 6 cards in the next turn. Of course, you can play Trainer's Mail, and then you never know, you can get an N or something like that in there, or, you know, Juniper, things like that. My opponent plays a Professor Sycamore, discards a number of cards. We're going to be playing against a Mega Galley deck, of course. So we see the full art one on the bench. We see the one up front there with the lunge attack, whatever it is, and we will get hit for 40, but then we have Psychic Resistance. My opponent, bringing out the Dimension Valley, is able to hit us with the Swift Lunge. That's what it's called, Swift Lunge, right? So it only does 30, and it does switch our Pokemon around, so we got to be watchful for that. Now thinking about it, probably could have played the Shaman, and then could have played DCE there, and then the attack, and then set up again. But, you know, that's okay. I will just promote the Dialga up there, and we can Battle Compressor, thin out the deck a little bit, and maybe even try to top deck something off of the Colrus, right? So let's just go ahead and get rid of 3 energies. Let's go for the Colrus right here. And then bada bing, bada boom. 6 brand new cards in. Oh, shucks, we forgot. Oh, man. I should have saved room for the Keldeo. But you know what? Hey, we don't even need the Keldeo. We got a Float Stone on the Bronzong, and we'll just hit for 170, knocking that guy out. Taking full control of this matchup. And wow, we are in full speed ahead right now. The only problem is how are we going to retreat? Now, one thing we can do, see, if my opponent hits us, oh darn, we lost the Float Stone and the Muscle Band. I was going to say, if my opponent can hit us for another Swift Lunge, we can move the Bronzong and bring the Bronzong back to the X spot. And then since we had the free retreat, right, power this guy up right away. And then, but it didn't work out that way. So in any case, it would be really great if we can get rid of that Shaman, and that way we can put have some space for the Keldeo. My opponent plays an End. Ooh, we actually get End into a Float Stone, so that's pretty good. What I can do is hit my opponent for a Chrono Wind and prevent my opponent from attacking next turn. Well, I'll just promote the Bronzong, and we'll play the Float Stone again anyway. But you know what? We can actually Metal Links. If we had the Muscle Band, I could have won the game right here, right? We could definitely win. And too bad we don't have a Muscle Band. I'm going to counter the Stadium, and let's just go with, you know, we'll put the pressure on. I could go with the Chrono Wind, but the problem is that my opponent the attack is so low. And I'd rather have my attack hit us for a Swift Lunge, and then I can, you know, get a free switch with the Bronzong, right? And we just power up anyways. We just power up the Dialga EX. Now, my opponent says the attack and the Galley EX says you may switch, right? You may have your opponent switch. And so if my opponent does switch us, that'd be great, right? And then we'll just power them up. So we see the computer search discarding AZ and things like that, or the scoop up. I'm not too sure. My opponent can probably go for a Juniper, maybe go for an N, go for something else, supporter. Or even a Shaman, perhaps. You never know what my opponent can do. So, yep, could have played the Chrono Wind, and sadly, I didn't do it. But you know what? Hey, depends on what my opponent does. We can actually finish the job here. My opponent plays a Colrus for 5. Lucky for him, we have a full bench. Ooh, my opponent has a Wobbuffet here that will prevent us from the Metal Links. So we got to watch out for that. And we get hit for a Swift Lunge, and my opponent does opt to switch us, so that's actually really good. So I was looking forward to that. I actually wanted that to happen. And now we can go for a Colrus for 6, thanks to that VS Seeker. It's Metal Links again, since the Wobbuffet isn't in the active spot. And I'm going to play the energy here as well. And then let's go with this. I'm going to go with the Chrono Wind right now. And let's just play the Retreat. And that's it. I don't need to play much of anything. We'll hang on to my energy cards. That way we can do a Full Metal Impact onto the poor Wobbuffet. It's a little bit of an overkill, hitting for 150 on a 110, but hey, you do what you can to take the win, right? So The Wobbuffet here can actually hit us for, what is that, 30, 10, 40, 20 damage. Anyways, man, that's a nice card. The Full Art Gallade EX. It's a bummer that my opponent just couldn't get the Mega Gallade going. Even with the Spirit Links and stuff, I was able to. I think I used Starling Megaphone. I can't remember. If you're watching the video, let me know. Yeah, so hey, it is what it is. We see here the Wobbuffet will need one more energy since we countered the Stadium. Unless my opponent can counter the Stadium again, then my opponent can easily do 20 damage since we have the Psychic Resistance. Without the resistance, my opponent would be doing 40 since I already have 30 on me. But anyways, oh, we get End. And we do have a Professor's Letter as well as a Wally, which we can play to get the Bronzong. And hey, look at that. We even see a Super Scoop Up. My opponent trying to bring out the... looks like my opponent's trying to bring out the Sigilif. But in any case, what we need to do, right, to get the Metal Links to go, to get going, we need to go and take this guy out. So... I'm just gonna power up. I guess we'll just power up in case we need to. The Dialga. Oh no, shucks! There are no more energies. I probably should have looked around, but that's right. We'll just go ahead, get the Bronzong, and the next turn we can power up the Bronzong pretty easily. We'll go with the Full Metal Impact, I think. Yeah, let's just do that and take care of business there. And all right, we even topped. We get it. No, we didn't top deck this, but then we got a Juniper off the prizes, and that means if we can get an energy, we can actually power up the Bronzong in one shot. And then slowly work away. Oh no, my opponent brings out an N. Why would you do that? I only got one card anyway. But hey, it doesn't really matter. We can actually play the Muscle Band onto the Bronzong on the right over there. And what is this? Oh, it's a Trainer's Mail. Look at that. It's starting to load a little bit. That's all right. We got the Battle Compressor. We got a Lysander. Probably maybe hang on to the Steel Shelter. Don't want my opponent to counter the Stadium. And... well, I guess we'll play. It doesn't matter. We're going to have to take 2 hits. So a huge bummer here is that we ended up discarding our Cobalion EX way too early. And so, you know, it is what it is, right? All right, so we could have attacked this turn, but ended up unable to since I attached the DCE on the other Dialga EX. And we have all 3 Dialga EXs here on the bench. One of them should have been a Keldeo, I think, and the other one should have been a Cobalion. But hey, we're in a good position right now. You know, we just jumped the gun right away. We played aggressive and we were able to get what we needed, and we even get an Aegislash that we don't really need. But hey, we got a Trainer's Mail. We'll take a look at this really quick, and it's a Via Seeker. Hey, look at that. So we can go ahead and play Via Seeker for the Colress. No need for the Wally right there. So the only supporters we played so far was Wally and Colress. And hey, look at that. We even get the DCE. I'm gonna play that here in case we can use that as a backup attacker. Yeah, we'll just Metal Links this onto himself in case the Sigilif somehow, some way was able to knock out that little Bronzong. And we'll just go for the hammer in, and in the next turn, if my opponent knocks that out, we can promote the... Oh, never mind, that's it. So we'll take the win. GG to my opponent, I suppose. And let's just go ahead. We'll take the win right there. And there goes the poor Sigilif. And that's it. Victory for us. Taking all 6 prizes there. That was a very convincing win. My opponent just couldn't set up, man. I think a little bit of a bummer. But we were able to showcase. If you can set up the Dialga EX and set them up faster than your opponent. Hey, look at that. We even get some more metal stuff right there. All right, so... I mean, in terms of cards getting drawn and the, things like that, I mean, it's pretty close. But it's okay. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, not much flipping right there. So, yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can play another match here on Pokemon TCG Online. All right, looks like we're going to be playing against the Russo, _Russo. I'm going to go for heads again. And yes, look at that. We even got heads twice. So back-to-back going first. And I got to take a look and see what we can do here. We end up mulling again once. We do get the Keldeo with the Floatstone. So there's our setup. That's the setup that we want. There we go. So Keldeo will come into play. We'll play that in the active spot. And hide the little Bronzong onto the bench. Hopefully it doesn't get Lysandered out and get knocked out in one turn. I wasn't paying attention. I'm not too sure what my opponent was playing, but okay, looks like it's a Spiritomb. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna play the Dialga, and let's go ahead. We'll just battle compressor. We could battle compressor the computer search right now, but I guess not. We'll just go ahead and get rid of the Lifestance trump card. Don't need to see that guy anymore. And then I'm gonna go with the Juniper. Here we take a look here. We got the Age Slash. We got the Dialga as well. This is fill up the bench. We got one last spot, perhaps for the Shaman or something like that, or even for another Bronze War. Let's go with the Trainer's Mail. We got another Float Stone. Man, I don't really need that. Let's go for the computer, or for the Ultra Ball. What am I saying? I can discard these guys right here, and you know, we could go for the Shaman, but I think right now, in terms of bench space, let's go with the Bronzor. No need to play the Shaman. We got the Juniper in hand, and that means, you know, I'm expecting my opponent to play a lot of strong energies. This is why I got the Age Slash, and I also have the Cobalion. So both those guys can deal with special energy type stuff, right? So, oh, never mind. My opponent concedes the match, and hey, we'll take it. I guess so. Well, hey, we got set up pretty good. That turn one was excellent. But we're gonna go against Dex Fampy. I don't know, but let's take a look at what we can do here. My opponent will go first this time, so we couldn't go for we went first two in a row. Couldn't go first a third time in a row, so that didn't impress me. Then I guess we'll lead off with the Dialga EX. We do have the Keldeo here, and you know what we can do is this is actually pretty good. We can computer search for, say, a battle compressor, and then compress the Wally and energies, and then get the Bronzong right into play right away. Now that's an option. That way we can rush in with the Dialga, and then I'm not sure. Trainer's Mail. We definitely need to play the Trainer's Mail first. See if we can get an Ultra Ball, maybe get a Shaman. I'm not sure. Anything can happen. It's my opponent's turn. We see a Swablu, and we also see the Garchomp sleeves. Okay, so it's definitely gonna be. I think it's gonna be what I think it is, right? It's gonna be some kind of Emerald Break, Rayquaza, however you want to pronounce it. We see the Ultra Ball. We also see the Mega Turbo. There it is. There he is, the infamous Rayquaza. Gonna be evolving to Mega Rayquaza, I think. Here is the Spirit Link. We could see the Delta evolution happen right away, and there's an energy drop on Swablu. There is a Shaman. My opponent drawing to 4 more cards, and my opponent's deck is already at 40. My opponent, these kind of decks, man, they just blow through their deck pretty easily. And that's why the Lifestance trump card probably got banned. I'm not sure. Lots of reasons there. But anyways, Rayquaza EX here can be pretty troublesome, especially when he evolves into the Mega Rayquaza right away. And those are tough to deal with, especially with this kind of deck where you only hit for 150, 170 range. No lasers, nothing else that can help you. And it gets tricky, right? So we see here a computer search. The Lifestance trump card is in the discard pile. And all right. Well, I'm expecting to see a supporter of some sort, I think. If not, it could be another Shaman. Oh, never mind. We see the Mega Rayquaza. My opponent is trying to get that out as soon as he can. Oh, there it is, a Shaman. So no need for a supporter, I suppose. And drawing into more cards once again. My opponent's already at 35 cards left in his deck. That's 5 away from being halfway of the 60 cards total. And there it is, 3 left. We even see a Trainer's Mail. Wow, my opponent is just blowing through, just like nothing. Just digging into the deck as if it was just plain as day. All the cards accessible and available. So we see the Mega Turbo that can get powered up. Nope, there's no basic energies in the discard pile. So unless we see the retreat, yep, there's the retreat. And my opponent will be retreating, and the Mega Rayquaza can get the Mega Turbo. This is not good. We can still see a DCE drop as well. And my opponent plays an N. Oh my goodness, my opponent's down to 30 cards halfway through his deck. The other 30 cards are either in his hand, prized on the field, or in the discard pile. Wow, okay. Can't say that I'm not jealous of this start. I wish we had a really good start too. Well, how do you measure a good start, right? I mean, that's subjective. A good start to you may be different from me, depending on how you approach it. But Typically, the good starts all look the same in general. There's a general consensus of what a good start looks like. And this, my friends, is a good start. At least for my opponent. And finally, it is our turn. My opponent did not play the DCE, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead. We'll just go with this, and we'll just rush in. I guess we couldn't go with our Wally plan. Let's go with the Juniper. And didn't want to play an N, giving my opponent more cards. Let's go with the... oh, we even get a Shaman. That's interesting. And, alright, let's go with the... Ooh, we got a Computer Search. This is getting pretty solid. And, whoops, that was a misclick. Shucks, I should have played the Computer Search first. That's a huge misclick, but you know what? It is what it is. Okay, hey, we got a computer... Pokemon... Professor's Letter. I'm losing my mind here. We'll go with VS Seeker. This way we can... grab, you know, the supporter, the Juniper, and let's get another Bronzor into play, getting that guy right there. And this is an okay start. Could have drew some more cards if I didn't play the Shaman. That was a little bit of a misclick. Okay, so we see here the Mega Rayquaza needs a DCE, and that would finish off the Keldeo. More or less, right? Well, not really. Let's see, 5 times 30. No, my opponent would need the Skyfield Stadium and one more Pokemon hit us for 180. And here, this could be it right here. My opponent playing the Shaman, drawing to 4 more cards. And my goodness. Oh, wow. Here is the Skyfield. Do we see some eggs? Usually my opponent has eggs, right? These kind of decks. At 5. And there's a Pikachu. Hey! Well, I was expecting an egg, but I got a rat, or a mouse, sorry. Those who are big fans of Pikachu. I'm a fan of Pikachu too, don't get me wrong, right? Pikachu, when I was a kid, I loved catching a Pikachu in red and blue, and then of course you get it in Pokemon Yellow. But it's going to be a knockout on poor Keldeo, and we don't even get... a Floatstone to try to play it onto the Cobalion EX, that's right, to get rid of that DCE. But if anything, we could just play the Shaman and do the Sky Return, which could be pretty pathetic. But you know, what am I to do, right? We could try what I would like to do. Okay, I would like to do is I'm gonna end up discarding the DCE, or I could VS Seeker for the N, and off the N get a Metal Energy, and then just go for a Chrono Wind and kind of slow this Mega Rayquaza down a little bit. So there goes the Keldeo. We saw that coming, and poor Keldeo takes a huge hit right into the face. And all right, so if anything, maybe I can get a energy off this end here, and no, there's no energy, but well, hey, we were able to get a Floatstone. We can Metal Links onto the Dialga. No, nothing for the Trainer's Mail. And let's just go ahead. We'll Metal Links onto the Dialga, however you want to say it. And so we got one more energy in the discard pile. That's okay. And let's play the Floatstone onto the Cobalion. We definitely could have played the, I'm not sure, but the Cobalion. If we had an energy, we could have gone with the Righteous Edge, maybe slow my opponent down, chopping off that DCE. But this is actually a pretty good route too, hitting for the Chrono Wind, and even countering the Stadium. And here we go. Let's hit for the Chrono Wind, I think. Okay, it's tempting to do a Full Metal Impact, isn't it? But you know for sure it's not going to be a knockout, right? So it's still going to take 2 hits. My opponent right now can still come back and knock us out. And oh my goodness, there is another Sky Field. Oh, this is getting depressing. And my opponent has some invisible Pokemon. From what I believe, as I'm recording this, there should be an update soon. If not, it already came out, right? That it should repair these missing Pokemon here. And alright, so we see a Winona. The Winona is going to get a Mega Rayquaza. I'm guessing my opponent has a Spirit Link on a Rayquaza. Oh, there's a Rayquaza. Potato, Patata. Alright, my opponent's got 2 cards in his hand. We know for sure one is a Mega Rayquaza. And I think maybe another Shaman. I don't know. Wait, how many Shamans? I think my opponent already played all the Shamans, right? Either way, I expect to probably buy a turn. I'd love to buy a turn right now. If I could buy a turn, then we can actually finish this guy off, I think. But then, and there it is. Here is a Pikachu. Yeah, we could have finished off that Mega Rayquaza if my opponent didn't retreat. But hey, well, Pikachu, let's see if you can nuzzle me, huh? Maybe put me to sleep. But if I can top deck a Steel Shelter, even with the paralysis, I would be able to recover. That's wishful thinking. But my opponent doesn't do anything anyways, and hey, we get a Metal Energy here. We can play it onto the Cobalion. Let's even go for the Metal Links and get that last energy right there. We do have the Lysander, which we can Lysander and bring out the Mega Rayquaza. So let's go ahead. Oh, this is interesting. Alright, full metal impact it is. Taking out the Mega Rayquaza. Ooh, we get the... Oh, wow, we even get an Aegislash. Sweet. That means that we can potentially use the Aegislash as a wall. You know, if my opponent plays a lot of DCEs and the Mega Rayquaza has the DCE on there, then, you know, they'll have to get around the big Aegislash, right? So that's 1 DCE in the discard pile and 2 DCE. So that's not good. Darn it. Kind of wish there was only 1 DCE. That way my opponent has a higher probability of drawing the DCE and then being tempted to play it, right? So, well, we got a Keldeo here. That's interesting. Huh. The math doesn't really work out in our favor. Let's go for the Battle Compressor. Definitely need to get some more Metal Energy. But let's take a really quick stroll in our deck. You know, I guess, everything looks fairly healthy. Let's just get rid of the Professor's Letter, and we'll get rid of some other things here. No need to draw into any more of the Pokemon because our bench is going to be full. And, well, we can actually retreat into the Cobalion and just hit for a, what's that attack called? I can't even remember. But hey, we got 2 more energies in the discard pile. Let's go ahead. We'll just retreat and we'll just Meta Links these onto the Dialga, and I'm losing out. Steel Bullet, that's what it's called. All right, so here we go. Hit for 100, and we're gonna have to wait and see. Can my opponent power up the Mega Rayquaza in one shot? Now, if my opponent does, either with the DCE or likely Mega Turbos. I do have Keldeo, and we got a Float Stone off the prizes, which was super lucky. We could play the Keldeo, Float Stone, rush in, retreat, use the Aegislash as a wall, perhaps, because we'll have 2 bench spaces with the Cobalion getting knocked out in one shot, perhaps. My opponent has a Roaring Vulpix somewhere out there, and we see the mix, and look, they keep disappearing. Aha, there. Where did they go? Oh, ooh, right there, Vulpix. You see that? No. Shaman, Vulpix, Shaman, Parisian. Okay. Not sure where the Rayquaza went. Hey, there he is. All right. Okay, I'm not sure. My opponent played a Pikachu on the bench, and that's it. My opponent passes the turn. We get a Trainer's Mail. Let's go ahead and play that. Ooh, a Colress. That's very tempting. Gotta play the Keldeo right now. I think it's a great opportunity. And we can even play the Aegislash. Since my opponent forgot, my opponent's got the Skyfield. So, but you know what? We're going to counter the Stadium now anyways. And there we go. I'm going to get rid of the Shaman EX since that's kind of a little bit of a hindrance. And yeah, totally forgot. Brain fart right there. Totally forgot that my opponent had Skyfield. I could have had Keldeo and Aegislash there the whole time. But lucky we were able to put him down anyway. So there you know, I mean, hey, we didn't really lose out on anything, right? Aegislash, Keldeo, you guys didn't miss on anything. The party is just beginning. Right? We could possibly, let's see here. A lot of things are loading here. I'm not sure what's going on, but all right. We can just go for the knockout. We do have the Metal Links here for 1 energy. Good thing we have a Battle Compressor. And I can even play this right there. Get that guy powered up. And let's discard these. Get a Bronzong that I don't necessarily need. But I got some more energies in the discard pile now. And I can start powering up the Aegislash over there. Let's go with the Acro Bike. And we'll take the DCE. No need for the Professor's Letter. And I could play the Battle Compressor, but I'm going to hang on to that. And let's just go for the Steel Bullet. And hey, Wally, you're still loading. So that just means I should discard you. Here comes the Mega Rayquaza. If we see the DCE, oh, there it is. There is that DCE, and I am very, very pleased. Very pleased indeed. So we do get a hit with 120. We can just go and we got a free retreat since we got a full stone there anyways. I'm just going to go ahead and power up this Aegislash. Now, I can power him up more, but regardless, it's going to be a 2-hit knockout. And I will maybe just let's take a look at the discard pile really quick. How many energies we got? 1, 2, see, 6, whatever. We got a ton of energies in play. And let's just go for the Slash Blast. And in the next turn, I should be able to just drop the energy, perhaps, and then finish the job. Now, playing a little bit conservative here. I didn't want to invest too much in the Aegislash. We do have the Dialga EX on the bench that can finish the job, which this is Dialga EX's team. So I would rather finish the win with Dialga EX. And we also have a Colress, which we can play. And we're going to deck out. Look at this. So let's do the math real quick. I don't know for sure how many Pokemon is in my opponent's deck, but we have 1 card left. We need a Lysander trump card, but I think the Lysander trump card is prized for some reason. Let's see. I'm almost, yeah, I'm positive that our Lysander trump card is prized. So, so right now, I don't know how many Pokemon is on my opponent's bench. At most 5, right? If not, if we're real lucky, my opponent only has 4. If we're super lucky, my opponent only has 3. But I'm assuming we should be able to play Colress and put some cards back into the deck, right? And thank goodness we didn't play the Battle Compressor. I lost track of how many cards we have in our discard or in our deck, and so. See, this is a perfect example of why people we should ban Lysander trump card, right? So I've been playing Reckless, and I'll totally admit to that. I would admit to that, perfect, without excuses. I would admit to that. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll play the Colress. That's really the only way out of this, and I have no idea. Hey, look at that. We were able to put 1 extra card in the deck, and so we'll go with these Slash Blasts. Hopefully, this is it, folks. Lysander trump card. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, well, there's no Lysander trump card, but we have a great shot at winning here, right? So the Aegislash can knock out anything on my opponent's side, and we also have the Dialga here that can finish the job. So my opponent promotes the Mega Rayquaza and counters the stadium. We see a Skyfield. Again, this is danger mode right now. We got 1 card left, so this is clutch. This is gonna be super clutch. All right, so we got the DCE. My opponent can't hit the Aegislash unless my opponent's got a Lysander trump card, and this is going to be it. Or not Lysander, I mean Lysander, right? Oh, never mind. We see a Spirit Link for some reason. Okay. Here it is. Does my opponent have... Okay. Oh, Lysander. There it is. Okay, my opponent Lysander's out. The Cobalion. It's going to be a knockout on this guy. Poor fellow. And we'll just promote the Dialga EX, or Dialga EX. Finish the job. Take care of business. And, yeah, have a sandwich and go home. There's a hard day's work right there, fellas. All right. So, a couple things to note. Again, all these things loading kind of mess with me here. But we almost see, the thing is, this is kind of cool, right? Without Lysander's trump card and nearly decking out, we were still even able to win. So pretend that last card in the prize cards was not a Lysander's trump card. It was just a regular old energy card. Yeah, I mean, like that. We didn't even need Lysander's trump card. And we were able to pull off a win against this Rayquaza deck that almost decked out as well. That's actually kind of cool. Now that you think about it, even without trump card and nearly decking out, we're able to pull off a win. I'm pretty confident we pulled off this win here. My opponent can knock out this Cobalion. There it is, hitting for 90. My opponent taking 2 prizes, but we got 1 prize left. We got the Dialga EX here. And this is going to be a showdown right there with these 2 legendary Pokemon. And Dialga with the full metal impact taking the win. I am very pleased. We'll just go ahead and let our opponent know. GG. And I don't even think my opponent's going to see it. But Oh, yeah. Look at that. 800 damage. Perfect. This is great. No need to flip any heads either. My opponent flipped 1 tails, 2 heads, or 2 tails, 1 heads. But anyways, that was great. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you guys have deck ideas, shoot my way. See if I can build them. You guys all take care. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. See you later. Goodbye.